Is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Mystery Knife Giveaway Live event. As the title suggests, we have 12 knives left of the pouches. Definitely some good premium knives in there. I took a little peek to see what was still in there. There's some awesome stuff yet that nobody's drawn. So, sorry about that. Had to do a little pre-gaming. Yeah, looking forward to giving away some knives tonight. Oh my gosh, patrons! I forgot to do this. Oh my gosh. Okay, I promise you, I will do it tomorrow. So patrons have their new tiered giveaways. I knew I was forgetting something today. I was sitting here going, "Wow, all my work is done. I've done everything. Look how ahead I am. I'm so productive. I did everything I had to do today, and I have all this free time." Totally forgot to post the giveaways. Patrons, you have your tiered giveaways. I will post the entry links or the entry videos tomorrow. $1 tier, you get access to the standard giveaway. $3 tier, you get access to the $1 tier giveaway and a special $3 tier giveaway. $5 tier, you get access to the $1 tier giveaway, the $3 tier giveaway, and your own special $5 tier giveaway. Everybody who's in a upper tier gets access to 3. Any further beyond that. So, sorry about that. I will post them tomorrow. I have awesome knives to give away on Patreon. That is separate from tonight. It's separate from YouTube. Patreon only, linked at the top. I'll bring that up later once the population's a little higher. If you're a patron, so sorry. I'm sure you're like, dude, he just talked this whole thing up and never posted anything. God, stupid! I was installing my all-weather floor mats in my new truck, and I had to pull the storage underneath the rear seat in order to accommodate for these floor mats. I had to pull it out, tuck the floor mats underneath it, and then I decided I don't want that storage thing. I'll just leave it out. But I used what I assumed was free time to do that. Rug pull. Sorry. No. I've got great stuff. So we'll post the entry video tomorrow, and or the entry videos. There'll be 3 of them, 3 separate ones. And then we'll draw for those next weekend. But for tonight, we're drawing for the giveaway stuff on the live stream tonight. Bradford Mitchell, thanks for your donation. Excalibur update, requested a new knife instead of a refund. Got new shipping info, I'm hoping. Nice, that's good. I heard that Kunwu was taking care of everybody. I talked to Sergio. I talked with the people, like the heads, the OEM heads, and they were on it. They assured me, said, don't worry, we're going to make this right with everybody. So I'm glad that's happening. I've done my best to communicate with people via email and DMs and stuff. But if you can't get a hold of me and you're like, where the heck is mine? Reach out to Kunwu. Bradford gifted 10 memberships. Very kind of you, Bradford. I appreciate that. Thanks so much. We do have Excalibur news coming soon. I felt bad about teasing everybody on Instagram, but then again, I don't, because I'm really pumped to share news. It's got to be, we're like 99%. It's got to be 100%, and we got to be ready to go. But pretty big deal. I'm pretty excited. I think it's gonna be a hot topic in a good way. I'll go ahead and, like, people always asking, like, is the regular... You guys know I'm doing a sandwich one. That's not the news. And also, yes, the integral is also coming back. That's also not the news. There is yet a third detail that I'm going to keep a surprise. But yeah, both the integral and the sandwich construction are coming. We have decided to release the Excaliburs moving forward with this clip. This clip is superior. And we're also going to do a slight price adjustment on that so that you guys aren't paying the same price as a Timascus clip. But this clip works way better. I've gotten tons of community feedback from people who swapped to that clip, and that's the best way to do it. So we're switching to this clip. Looks better, feels better, it's not nearly as tight, it's a little longer. It's a better clip. That's what we decided to do. But that's not the news. I just want to let you guys know. New emojis soon. Should make a poll for whatnot. Yeah, that is a good idea. I'll make a poll for members. Favorite hunting fixed blade? I wouldn't be the person to ask because I don't do a lot of hunting. Turn it down. It's a little chippy. But this is Final Fantasy, isn't it? Has to be. Yep, Final Fantasy 3. But yeah, what was I answering? I can't remember. Anyways, great. Now I gotta go play Zelda. It's not Zelda. It sounds like Zelda. It's Final Fantasy. No, not going to Blade Show, unfortunately. I thought about it, but it's not gonna happen. My youngest one's doing well, but man, she has so many ear infections, and the tubes are helping, but she has a hard time. She's constantly just boogered up, and I just feel I don't want to leave my wife with 3 kiddos and a boogery baby. I think I mentioned this on another live stream. My littlest one, is a gigantic jumbo baby. And I'm not saying like, oh, I'm a proud dad, I got a big old kid. No, I have a thunderous child, would win contests. I have a 30-pound 10-month-old. If anybody who has kids, my 10-month-old weighs 30 pounds. Enormous baby. Super jumbo, Chunkatron. I have tons of nicknames for. Very, very large. Heavy. Any chance of a sub $100 version? We absolutely plan to do a budget Excalibur. Pricing we're not 100% on yet because we don't know what materials we want to do. I'm not sure if I want to do 154 CM or 14C28N or maybe slightly ahead of 100 and do S35VN. I'm not really sure. We're still kicking that around, but I do like the idea of doing a version of Excalibur that costs less than $75, you know? Neck cheese? Yeah, I have to clean that. I got to clean her neck out every single night in the bathtub because there's no neck there. It's cavernous. You have to really get in her neck because it's just like a head plopped on top of a big Dairy Queen ice cream. It's just so much meat. So the average 2-year-old weighs pretty close to 30 pounds. And my 10-month-old, that's where we're at, she's a 10-month-old about the size of a 2-year-old. SOG Terminus XR. I have a review on it. Is that the one that's the most jimping ever? World record most jimping? It's actually a pretty cool knife. That's a big burly guy, isn't it? Yeah, I kind of like that one. What sports? Everybody says volleyball. I don't know. Thoughts on the Reich Thor 6? I think it's really awesome. It's only going to appeal to people who really like the kind of alien-themed, hyper-precision milling. The milling is so good that people assume that it's cast. And I've talked with Richard from Reich, and he says, no, that's all milling. So it's pretty impressive, and it's an integral. I love integrals. You just bought the SOG Terminus XR S35. It is. It's a great knife. What does that knife run now? I remember it being over 200. Is it? Am I wrong, or was it more like 150? I can't remember. That was a long time ago. David Armstrong, thanks for your donation. Drop my Excalibur off the work truck. Only got 3 tiny chips in the blade and a tiny scratch on the handle. Well, good. I'm glad that worked out. You dropped it off of your work truck. Dang. Hey, but you know what? Now you got it. You got marks in it. It's now you can just use it. You don't have to worry about babying it. So that's the thing about dropping a knife. It sucks, especially when you're using it, but you're kind of reserved with it, and then you drop it and you're like, ah. But then there's that, once you mourn for a little bit, then you're like, hey, now I don't have to worry about it. Now I can just use it. Now you can toss it around. What's in everyone's pocket tonight? I actually carried the Excalibur all day today. I want to carry this knife all the time, and it sucks because like I have so many knives to review, and I try to carry them all at least for a little bit. And then I also have a rotation that I love. And as much as I love my own Excalibur, I truly do love the Shark Cub from Demco, and I'm always carrying that. I've also been carrying the Akita a lot. So you guys just saw me unbox this today. I've actually had this knife for over a week now, and I've been carrying this thing like crazy. Same with the Porcupine. The Vosteed Porcupine is amazing, and as of right now, the Vosteed Porcupine is the best budget knife of 2025. I'm going to tell you guys that right now. On this channel, the Vosteed Porcupine is the knife to beat. It is absolutely top tier, best budget knife of 2025. I know it's sold out everywhere, and I think my live stream last week had something to do with that. The video today did not sell it out. It was sold out before the video dropped. But Vosteed's aware that it's popular, and they'll make more, just like they did with the Raccoon. They're very aware that they've made great products. So Raccoon or Porcupine, so that will come down to preference and hand size. Gosh darn it, the Porcupine's upstairs in my it's in my bedside thing, but it's a little smaller than this, and it has, in my opinion, it's got better ergonomic lines, but this is still very good. But I like the clip on this guy better. So it's going to be preference. They both cost the same amount of money, $69 giggity. So, I mean, whatever. Go with whatever one you like better. They're both great. Vosteed is a Chinese company, yes. The S35 Vienna, the Terminus, is $100 right now. That's pretty cool. Pretty good deal. I just couldn't remember what it cost. Does the full-size Momo have better access to the lock bar and more of a comfy clip? Yes, it does. I have the Mini and was disappointed when it came to those things. Yeah, you're exactly right. The Mini's cool, but the bigger one is better. I have the Mini one right here with the Timascus, and it's cool, but the access to the lock bar is not ideal. The bigger one's definitely better. Hogue HK Mini Incursion worth $150. Yeah. I mean, like that's US made OTF, and I mean it's on the small side, but what competition do they have at $150? I mean, even the Kershaw Livewire, which is a much bigger knife, is still quite a bit more. I can't think of a truly and don't yell out Raven Crest, Cobra Tech. Don't yell those out, because those aren't actually made in the United States. I can't think of any other actual U.S. OTFs that are competitive. Excalibur's coming back faster than you might realize. I got major updates, but it was kind of a, you know, you can hint at it, but we gotta wait just a bit. And it's because of one big element, and that's the thing that I'm holding on to. So you guys gotta wait a few more weeks, and then I'll let you guys know what the news is. But it'll become clear, not through Excalibur, but through something else. It'll become very clear. And I will probably be the first. I won't be the first to show it, but I'll be I mean, Kumu will probably showcase it first themselves, but I'll be the first one on YouTube. And it'll click, and you guys will go, oh! Mantis has a reasonable US OTF. I'm not familiar with that brand, but I'll have to check them out. UTX 85. So I actually, I talked with eKnives. I told eKnives, I was like, I've got a flow of a whole bunch of stuff that I'm just not really interested in. Like, companies are always trying to get me to push these, like, they're trying to get me to review things that I'm just not interested in. You guys, only 10% of what you see on the channel is what I get offered. I turn down the vast majority of stuff. And even the stuff that I accept from a lot of companies, I'm just like, oh, I'll check it out. You know, maybe I'll like it. But I told eKnives, I said, you know, if they'd be willing to send more loaners that I could send back, because there's a lot of interesting stuff that I want to cover. And they did absolutely. So I would like to check out a modern UTX 85 because I haven't looked at that knife in probably 4 or 5 years. It's not a flex. Like I'm not trying to flex. I'm just saying like companies are always trying to get. They're like, what do you think of this? I'm like, it looks like everything else. And I always try to be honest with them. I'm like, I'm sure it's fine, but I've reviewed 1,000 knives that look exactly like that. I'm sure it's great, but I don't want to present something that's just more of the same. I want people to see new and exciting things, you know, and this just isn't it. So I'm trying to get my hands on some more interesting stuff. He says, I know, just goofing. Any chance of a shout out for my channel? Been grinding these last 7 months. Doing pretty good. No worries if not. Yeah, sure. Let me see where you're at, buddy. Oh, heck yeah, dude. Heck yeah, dude. For sure. Look at all these videos you got. I like your thumbnails too. That's good. Love the text. Oh, yeah. Great thumbnail game, but great, very colorful. I like the blurred out. Like you're better about me with the clickbait. Like the recent one here where you got the blurred out Jurassic, but you can still tell it's a Jurassic. I blurred out completely because I want people to click on it. Yeah, for sure. Let's get the population a little higher, and then we'll do your channel for sure. We could get you to 500. Butt Grape has been here for a very long time. Have I not shouted you out? Shame on me. Shame on me. What was the Butt Grape joke? So that originated with this channel. His channel's name is actually, it's really funny because there is a grape in his profile picture that actually looks like a butt. But I can't remember what my joke was. It was during a live stream. And that's where his channel name came from. But I can't remember the exact joke. I think it's just me comparing something, and I was the Rolodex in my brain was just putting two nouns together, and that's what came out. He's been shouted out before. I mean, I find that hard to believe because he's only got 245 subs. I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I just feel like he'd be higher. I don't want people to start fighting over who's been shouted out and who hasn't. The whole idea is just the algorithm is not fair to many channels that should have attention. So I'm trying to do little bits here and there to just push some traffic to some channels that are trying to share their opinions with the community and maybe just they're just not loud enough yet. So that's the whole point of it. What time is the giveaway? Later. Would like a less aggressive texture in the future knife on Excalibur. Different texture patterns are definitely something that we're looking into, and I will request before we do production a smooth version of Excalibur. I'll see if we can do. You can't call dibs next week, but Sever 7, I recognize. I mean, like you and I have talked a bunch here recently, so yeah, we'll work something out at some point in the future. Okay, for sure. Thank you again for helping me out, MC. Lost a few the day after the giveaway, but my live streams have been getting much more traffic, and I got a Flytanium affiliate because of you. Oh, cool. Good. That's awesome. Very good. Yeah, some people will only ever join for giveaways. I mean, like, every time I do a live stream, I see an increase of subs and an immediate decrease afterwards. It's people subbing because they want to win, and then they don't win and they leave, and that's just how it works. Oh, hey, also, I'm going back to doing more list and discussion topics over the weekend. I've been doing a lot of unboxings on the weekend. It's just because of the total volume of stuff coming in. But it's that time of the year where I'm trying to back off on that and do more of what I think built this channel, which was the top 5s, the top 10s, the discussion topics. And I'm going back to doing that on the weekend. So if you enjoy that type of content, expect to see that for many, many weeks in a row. I want to cover the best of, again, like I did last year, the best of at different price points, the best types of this versus the worst types of this and whatever. I want to cover that. I mean, I've handled so much stuff, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of knives since the last time I covered these, and it's time for those to get an update. So I'll be doing a lot of that stuff. This weekend, actually, is my annual top 15 greatest budget knives of all time video. Yes, it's been a year since we've done that. So we're getting the top 15 best budget knives of all time, according to me. I did my top 5 most carried. I also did 5 locking systems I think we see too much of, and 5 locking systems I think we need to see a lot more of, which was a really fun discussion topic for me. So I hope you guys, will enjoy checking that out. Frag style scales would look sick on that Excalibur. I think so too. Kuhn is clearly capable of a number of different texture patterns, so we'll see what they've got and what they're comfortable with. I mean, I know they can do honeydew, and probably a number of other things. So we'll see. I would also like them to do just a standard orange peel texturing on Excalibur. So just like that other gentleman was saying earlier, not so aggressive with the diamond pattern, but just an orange peel I think would look really nice. So I'll request that. How much is the Excalibur? So if you go with the integral, which, by the way, is definitely more expensive to do than a sandwich construction knife. Holy crap. Don't even get me started. That one's $400, but for that exact reason, we are also doing a sandwich construction version that's going to be right around $250. So you can get whatever you want. If you don't care about the integral version, then you can go with the sandwich version, and that'll be less. Hi from St. Joseph, and thanks for the greatest content. Thank you. That was a super, super generous donation. I appreciate that. What do I think of the new XM18s that dropped today? I didn't actually see them. You'll have to tell me about it. MC, the Wizard of Spaghetti, slicing and dicing that spaghetti with absolute skills. You guys know what I'm referencing there, and you guys know exactly why I didn't touch it. I knew that the community was smart enough to see through all that nonsense, and thanks to Outdoor 55 and Jared Neve, and Transparent Knives, we can all confirm what we all knew from the beginning, and we can just proceed. Hey, there's no shortage of that. It's going to happen again in the future, right? Everybody loves to think that the biggest content creators are out to trick everybody. We're on your side. Outdoor 55 is awesome. I watched that whole video. Yep. I think Neves handled it perfectly. The thing you have to remember is the community is not stupid. The knife community is hyper intelligent. I mean, legitimately, most of the people that I talk to in the core community are super intelligent. So I had complete and total faith. I was like, I don't have to do anything. People will figure this out. And they did. But, nail in the coffin, Jared and Transparent and Outdoor 55, getting work done. It is important to question things. It is. If you don't know and you're a consumer, you're like, how do I know I can trust you? How do I know you're not just trying to sell something? I get that. I totally get that. But we have established people in the community that we look to confirm these things. I mean, they're there to make sure. And it's it's in our best interest to be honest. It's in our best interest to deliver a real and good product. Brit's Knife says, I'm stupid with this stuff, but I finally subscribed. Listen, I'm stupid with 99% of tech. Thanks for being here. It is a great way for that to be just resolved. And I think, ultimately it's everybody should be free to create whatever type of content they want, but you should be open to correction. You need to be open to criticism and correction. And I know I've not always been the best about that, but I try to recognize when somebody knows more than me on a certain subject. You can't just hunker down and say, no, the way that I do things is the right way and it's the only way. You have to be open to it. So, if you know for sure, then stick to that. But like anything that you feel like you got to be open to like other people saying, hey, this is a much more involved process than you realize, right? Nobody knows everything. You said the Rocat was like a budget Shiro. I'd like to hear more of those. If a Hoghouse Melee reaches the plank, yeah, it's a really good idea. Yeah, absolutely. Sever7, I think that's an excellent idea. And I think that's actually been suggested before in a live stream. And I was like, yeah, it's a great idea. And then I just didn't do it. So I'll try to write that down. Please help over 200 bits since February 1st. So we have somebody for tonight already. But yeah, like I feel bad. I don't want you to have to pay to ask, but we have somebody for tonight, but maybe next time, okay? Jim Barton, thanks for the memberships. I appreciate that. What do I think about Jared's knife? I think it's great. I reviewed it. I think it's really cool, and I pointed out, I said everybody knows that Jared and I are friends, so you might think there's some bias here. I pointed out in the review that the blade to handle ratio was slightly awkward, but then I also said some of my favorite knives have awkward blade to handle ratios, and Jared and I talked about that, and he said that was all, it came down to performance and ergonomics, and he prioritized certain things over other things, and it makes sense that it came out that way, So it's a tricky teeter-totter designing things, but it does slice like a machine. Holy cow. Winsome and Sakosha look like rival gym leaders. Wait, what? Yeah, they do. The fire type and the water type. It's funny. That's great. What's under the net? That's the Maxace Zirconium Halictus. The way that they've textured this zirconium makes it to where it's shiny no matter what, even if you have fingerprints all over it. Because they've got that sort of rock pattern in there, It's really cool. Getting close to 2,000, nice. Help cover the shipping on knives I won. Thanks, MC. Thank you. That's really nice, Sim Racer. Appreciate that. Very kind. Don't see the stitch. All my stitches are packed away. All 4 of them. 5. No, 4. I have 4 stitches. Outdoor 55, Neves, and MC are the Triforce. So we all have completely different. Like I think Neves and I are more similar, but Neves does so much sharpening and edge geometry stuff, and Outdoor 55 is like, man, that guy digs into the technical. I mean, what an asset to the community. I'm just the design reviewer. I'm the hobbyist. I'm the everyman. And I don't know what I really bring to the table outside of being loud and charismatic and the general entertainment end of this. But I appreciate my own little lane, and I'm happy to stay in it. And I'm happy to let Neves and Outdoor do their thing because I don't know a lot about sharpening or the technical stuff, like Outdoor 55's video about the testers and all the little intricacies. And I've talked with Transparent Knives about this, and I've realized like it's so far over my head. I would just prefer to leave. There was a time where I looked into buying like actual hardness like testing equipment, and I talked with Transparent, and I realized this is like if I screw the tiniest little thing up, then I would spread misinformation to the community. And I thought, why would I risk doing that when people like Transparent already know what they're doing? Why would I not just let him be one of those people and I stay in my lane and then defer to him, and point people his direction and let him do his testing and let him do his confirmation, right? So I would rather leave that professional stuff to actual professionals and just keep it simple here, I think what I do is the easiest thing to do. And I enjoy it. That's the main thing. I enjoy what I do and I'm comfortable doing it. Shout out a month ago got me to 1,000. Stayed. Awesome. Cool, man. Help with gadgets. That's great. Got you to 1,000. Excellent. Always happy to do that. Melissa Backwards is the best. Melissa's great content. She's cool. And also, like, the way that her videos are done are entertaining. And they're set up in a way, it's not like mine where it's like one big long take. It's easier to digest. And I know what comment you're gonna make. I'm saying it's easier to digest because of the flow of her content. It's enjoyable to watch because of the way that she puts it together. This is that Nintendo game that totally... This is Swan Lake. The classical piece. But it's just in 8-bit. Jared's a great teacher, too. He always answers my questions and DMs with full clarity. Never leaves you hanging. I think it's totally fair to question a large content creator. It's just shocking to me that anybody would come to the conclusion that Jared was out to take advantage of anybody. Like, no. That's exactly right. That sounds like Jared. Answering questions in great detail in random DMs. Like, yeah, he'll do that. I think he would much rather people have the truth than stretch it or fabricate it in any way for the slightest advantage. It's just, cynicism is so rampant because there's so much crap on the internet and people are right. They're in their right to be cynical. I get it, but it's just hard. Like, knowing Jared and watching his content over the years is just hard. I'm just like, how does anybody come to that conclusion? If you watch a lot of his content, it's impossible to come to that conclusion. The only way to come to that conclusion is if you just don't watch his content. Thanks for your donation. Started collecting in December, and you've been a huge influence on a majority of my purchases. Thanks for the amazing entertainment and information. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad that you're getting enjoyment out of this. Did the Patreon giveaway happen today? No, it's because I forgot about it, but I'm going to post all of the entry videos tomorrow. So all 3 giveaways are going to be posted on Patreon, the $1 tier, the $3 tier, and the $5 tier. And again, if you're $3, you'll gain access to the $1 tier and yours. $5 tiers will gain access to the $1, the $3, and the $5 giveaway. So if you're in the $5 tier, you're getting access to 3 different giveaways. We're also selling a crap load of knives on Patreon. I have roughly 60 knives to sell. We had some super deals this week on Patreon. But we'll be selling 5 to 10 knives a week on Patreon for a while. Textured Titanium, welcome to Nights Around. Is anybody watching Reacher, the 3rd season? So we're watching that, and I find I can't tell. Like, I'm entertained by it. It's entertaining because it's big guy fight bad guy. Bad guy, no. Big guy save day, right? I can't tell if the writers are just leaning into how stupid that is, or if they don't realize how on the spectrum they're making. It seems like the actor and the writing staff are just like be as on the spectrum as you possibly can be. I'm not poking fun at that at all. I watch that and I'm like, what kind of person is this? Like, he's so awkward. He's so awkward. And so is the cop lady. Like, it's some of the dialogue. I'm like, what is, it's like an alien came to understand human beings through artificial intelligence, and then the alien used that information to try to be the best human it could be. That's how Reacher acts. It matches the books. The books are they that? It's just like a pile of rocks. Like it you know, it's entertaining, but it's just, I'm just like, is this for real? Are they being serious? Or are they being ironic? Like, I can't tell. He's supposed to be a badass, not a James Bond smooth. Like, okay, he's so badass that it becomes kind of a like, does this guy need, like, I don't know. He seems like the type of person that would obsess over a baby book about primary colors. Do you know what I mean? Like, he wouldn't be reading a book. It would be just pictures of things that are primary colors is what I would imagine he would sit down and obsess over. He likes train. I bet Reacher's into trains hardcore. Definitely. I mean, I get it. Like, trains are cool. But I mean, like, he's quietly into trains. The show keeps very true to the book, so blame Tom Clancy. Man, looking into Tom Clancy's weird. I mean, I love a good... I'm very skeptical. I love a good conspiracy theory. Boy, Tom Clancy. Wow, what a rabbit hole. Thanks for the donation there. He's not the writer? Who's the writer or Reacher? You mean inspired by Tom Clancy? Is that what you mean? Lee Child. Okay. 6'5" and 240. And described as looking like a condom full of walnuts. That's exactly what he looks like. Lee Child. Yeah, I mean, that's spot on. Y-Files last night. I'll get on there and I'm a patron of theirs, so I'll get on there and watch it. I love Y-Files. I love Y-Files. That's the only type of content in that category that I can watch, because I like, he gets to the end of it and he says, here's the facts and here's what's not. He doesn't just go, ooh, ooh, spooky. He doesn't do that and just leave it. He goes over what the facts are and what they're not, and it's approached logically. I hate those channels that are like, look at this foggy picture. Is it a potato or is it a pyramid? Maybe. Well, anyways, bye. Like, but yeah, we didn't. There's no objectivity. Like, I like Y-Files. Y-Files is great. I noticed the likes go way up when I start screaming. You guys like that? You can. Somebody said I farted, and Leo said I can taste it. That's a sixth sense there. That's a special skill. Stacy, 5 years and nuts. Stacy's been here for 5 years and has never won. Do you always enter, Stacy? I'm assuming that's what you're referring to. Yeah, he is real. That's why I like I love a good conspiracy theory, but what I'm always bothered by is the lack of like research from both sides, from the skeptic side and from like leaning into it. I love a good story, but also it's like, give me the perspective from a skeptic, because I want to know what the facts are. And most channels don't do that. They just lean into the story. But Y-Files doesn't. They lean into the story and they tell a great story, but then at the end of it, they go, okay, But here's the skeptic's angle. And I like that because I want to, I also kind of want to be comforted. The scariest ones are when he can't debunk it. Those are terrifying. The one about like eventually like the data apocalypse that's supposed to come where everything you've ever done on the internet will eventually just be public information. And at the end of it, he was like, that's gonna happen. Anyways, sleep tight. And I was like, what? Oh man, that's nuts. That one caught me off guard. More or less already is. I mean, yeah, like, whatever. I've never done anything illegal on the internet, I think everybody's, probably done a few shameful things, but nothing illegal, so whatever. But, yeah. At some point, it's just going to be completely and totally accessible to everybody. Same way a Google search is. So, thanks a lot, Willow Chip. Oh, wasn't talking about the giveaway. I was talking about my 5-year anniversary that you just glossed over. Oh, no. I'm sorry, Stacy. All right. Swords up for Stacy. Stacy's 5-year anniversary. Thank you so much. She also did the plates here, the how to enter plates. Very cool. Stacy, legendary. Swords in the air. If you don't have swords, just use the general sword emoji. Congratulations, Stacy. My apologies for glossing over it. The Morpheon Stitch. Okay, just because you typed it in all caps, I'll get it out. Sorry about that. I always talk about this. That Reddit post about some guy was so annoyed during my live streams that I burp all the time. I was infinitely entertained by that. I just found that super funny. There's the Morpheon, the Black Star. The biggest bath I have ever taken on a knife. I'm pretty sure if I tried to sell this on the secondary market, I would lose thousands. But that's okay, because I bought it because I like it. Really, really cool. Easily one of my favorite knives in my whole collection. Fun stuff. We'll leave it out here. Find a little spot for this guy. All right, I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. We're only halfway through, guys. Give me 1 sec here. Turbo speed. Oops, chat. I'm not keeping up with it. There we go. Oh boy. Getting into the nicer weather. So we had a lot of you experienced a wild storm system on, was it Wednesday? So I thought, I saw the forecast and it said it's going to snow. And I thought it was funny because the previous day it was 80 degrees. And I was like, oh my gosh, we're going to get a little bit of snow. And the forecast was you're going to get 2 to 4 inches, but it's going to melt and it's going to be 50 degrees that day and it's going to go away. What actually happened is that at 4 o'clock in the morning, a thunderstorm rolled in. My dogs start barking, freaking out. I'm like, what the hell? Go outside, and it's super cold, but it's lightning. Thunder and lightning at 30 degrees. And I was like, what the heck? What is going on? So then I get the dogs in the garage, and it starts hailing. Like pea size, but like machine gun, crazy hail. This continues for like an hour. I go back outside when it stops hailing, and it's snowing, and there's lightning. Snow and lightning, and then the wind picks up, starts blowing it all over the place, and I came back, and my wife is trying to sleep. I'm like, it's snowing and thundering and lightning outside, and she's like, great, who cares? Then I wake up at like, 6:30, and it's a blizzard. Full-on, absolute chaos blizzard. The craziest winter storm we've had of the year. Vehicles stuck all over town because it was slushy, because the ground was warm. Weirdest thing, people were getting stuck, and the 8-inch, foot drifts were getting up beside them. The police were out scrambling. It was nuts. Absolutely nuts. That's super weird. I've seen thunder snow before, maybe once or twice in my life, but it's just weird to see snow and lightning behind it. I did get a chance to try out that 3/4 ton diesel, and let me tell you, I mean, I had it clean, I had it mirror polished, and that blizzard really dirtied it up. But I was so ready to get that thing out there. I was like, well, let's see what this thing can do. No problem. Didn't even notice it. Didn't notice it. Plowed through because we lost power. So I had to take the kids because there's spring break. I had to take the kids over to Grandma's house, who had power, and went all the way across town, no problem. Felt awesome. I do need a generator. I don't typically need it. They usually, if the power goes out, it's only out for a couple hours because they're used to it because it's Kansas, so they have teams that are ready, response teams, and get the power back on within a couple of hours. So we've never been, even in our crazy dust storm, we've never been without power for more than maybe 6 hours, and that's how long it took them to turn it back on. They had the power back on in 6 hours, but it was just so cold I couldn't stay at the house. I might need to invest in a generator. How much does a good generator cost? Like a really good one. Like, I'm not talking about like absolute, like for a normal home. Like, how much does a good generator cost? 10 grand? Come on. Somebody else said 1,000. I was thinking a good generator costs about 3 grand. Not $10,000? Oh my God. All right. Well, I'm not ready to pay $10,000. $10,000. That's a down payment on a nice vehicle. That's crazy. $3,500? Could I get a good home generator for $3,500? I just want heat. I don't care. I don't need to like be playing. I don't need like every luxury of my home. I just want heat. $2,000 to $4,500. That's what I thought. Damn. Well, I need to research this because you guys have a huge gap. But you guys all live in different areas and have different needs. So I'm sure there's a reason. For those of you spending $10,000 on a generator, I'm sure you have a reason. I just want to know what all the variables are, Does anybody live in Kansas and own a generator for a normal-sized house? $4,000 to $5,000 to keep the fridge going. Okay, that's important. Okay. $500 to $10K. Okay. The cheaper ones, you have to hook it up. Okay, well, hey, I found my rabbit hole for this. I found my research topic for this evening. If you're like me and you stay up at night, you get into something and you research it for hours and hours and hours and you dig into every last little tiny detail. I love doing that. I'm sure many of you guys do too. That's how you got into knives. So that's what I'll do. have to sell a lot of knives. I'm already selling knives. All right. Okay, all right. We're talking about generation. We need to get back on topic. Well, I want a built-in one. I don't want a portable one. We'll see. I'm pretty good friends with the... Well, I'm pretty good friends with a few business owners in town, so I'll get the details. I'm pooping. Type 1 if you're pooping. At least 10% of my viewers are pooping right now. At least 10% of people in here are hiding and pooping. That's what you're doing. Yeah, no shame. We all do it. Vast majority of my YouTube time is spent on the porcelain throne, so sure. Wildlife doesn't poop, okay. I'd see a doctor, but you do you. I have 25K on the table in front of me. I don't know. I didn't add it up. I don't buy knives. I don't buy knives with the idea of like, you know, selling the ones in my collection. I sell a lot of stuff to my patrons at you know, half price or near half price. But a lot of the stuff that I collect, I just collect because I like it. So the value kind of, you know, it's nice to know, but at the same time, it's not the priority. Patreon generators for the win. Okay, I'll look them up. So I'm going to plug this real quick because it's important right now. So I made some pretty serious changes to Patreon, and I have to assume my patrons are pretty pumped about it. I've always kept the $1 tier as like you've got everything. And the $1 tier has not changed. If you pay $1 for my Patreon, you gain access to all of my knife sales, one giveaway per month, one Patreon exclusive content per week, Patreon buy, sell, trade, Discord access, all of that. The only thing that I changed is anybody who's in the $3 tier gets their own private giveaway, or $3 tier or higher gets their own giveaway, plus access to the $1 giveaway. And then $5 tiers gain access to the $1 giveaway, the $3 giveaway, and their own $5 giveaway, and then anybody $5 and up gets the same thing. So it's now 3 giveaways per month at $5 or more. And that's, as of right now, I'm going to post this month's giveaways tomorrow. So the entry videos, and then we draw the week after. So if you want to get in on that, that's there. At the same time, I have the biggest knife sale campaign ever in the history of my YouTube channel going on Patreon. I have like 60 knives that I'm selling at, you know, 40 to 50% off, all in excellent shape. It's a great way to get a good deal on a knife. I get a lot of stuff, and that money goes right back into the channel. So if you're interested in that, right now is probably the best time ever to join Patreon, and you can get access to Patreon by clicking at the link at the top of chat. I've never done anything like this, and I plan to keep those tiers the same. So it's all good things. Nothing has changed for the $1 tier if that's what you want to go for. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on right now. Some things that I'm selling. So if you look at my channel over the last 6 months, a lot of the knives that I have reviewed that are premium, 200 plus, a lot of that stuff is going. I also have stuff out of my personal collection that's going because I'm actually downsizing. I looked at my collection and I thought, I love this stuff, but there's a lot of it here that I don't even know why I have. So I'm actually pulling some things out of my personal collection, not just stuff that was sent for review, but stuff in my personal collection is going as well. The first sale, I sold 2 Hermans. One of them was pretty crazy. So if you've ever seen my collection and you're like, some of that stuff looks interesting, you might see it pop up in the sale. Remet gifted 10 memberships. Thank you very much, Remet. Appreciate that. Every week I'll post a preview of what's going to be for sale and the exact time that it will go up for sale. You'll have at least 24 hours notice. So if you join, you'll get notified and you can look at it and say, I'm not interested this week, maybe next week. You know, every week there's going to be new stuff. Lots and lots of knives. All premium, all ridiculous prices, guaranteed. Way better than secondary market, that's for sure. Have you handled the Protect Chavez collaboration? DLT is supposed to be sending one of those. I haven't yet. I'll get my hand. E-Knives is willing to lend me stuff, so we'll see. How big is my collection? 362 knives in my personal collection. In this room, probably 450 knives in this room. 450 to 500 knives in my office. It is ridiculous. I mean, my surroundings are insane right now. It's exactly what you think it looks like. What do I use for a case? So you can use the Apache cases. There's nothing wrong with them. I like Pelican because I like how the quality. I just like how they feel. And then I use Nalpac foam, which is custom cut for knives. So, like, for example, a 40 slot case with the Nalpac foam from Pelican is like 200 to 250 bucks. So I have 2 80 slot cases, 3 40 slot cases, and 1 fat case. And then I have a lot of loose knives. Will the value of knife go up on the Patreon tier? Will the value of the knife go up? No. Patreon, like, there's no lockout. There's no price gate for knife sales. You join the $1 tier, you gain access to knife sales, period. You're not granted special access to knife sales with higher tier. It's only the number of giveaways that changes when you go up in tier. I'm trying to keep it as fair as possible. I don't want to gatekeep my knife sales. If you pay $1 a month, you gain access to all of that stuff. You just get to choose how many giveaways a month you want to be a part of. 1, 3, or 5 being 1, 2, or 3 knife giveaways a month. And then any additional amount you want. If you want to do a $20 tier, great, but your benefits are no different than the $5 tier. Thanks for the great content. Thanks for being here and enjoying my content. Can I show the Smilodon? Sure. The Smilodon is really cool. I don't know why they choose 14C28N for the blade. It's such a weird, like, it's an awesome knife. They want 250 bucks for this thing. Super nice knife, 14C28N, not a bad steal. At this price, it should be at least S35VN. Why? Why do they choose 14C28N? I don't know. I would just buy the budget one. The budget one, the less expensive one is G10 and 14C28N. It's 120 bucks. The value of the knives in the Patreon giveaways. So, slightly, yes. The $5 tier will have probably the best giveaway knife by value. They'll definitely be that way. Slightly, not crazy. I don't want to be unfair and bait people. The whole idea is choice. Obviously, as the Patreon content creator, I want it to benefit the channel, but I also don't want to be like, worm on the hook. I want people to feel like they're being treated fairly and they have choice. I don't want to force anybody's hand. The truck deal worked out. They took $8,500 off the front end of that truck. I told him I had to drive to Kansas City, and I said, I'm not coming down there unless I want these numbers, and I want it agreed that you're not going to try and change it. You make these numbers this way, and I'll drive down there. I'll drive 4 hours to pick up this truck, but I need this deal done on paper tonight. And they did it. With an incentivized rate in 2025. I feel pretty good about it. Ice Crystal Titanium Woodpecker will be available in early April. Yes! Crystal Tie! Finally coming to the production knife world. Thank you, Remet. Excellent. What did I get? I bought a diesel 3/4 ton GMC. I've always wanted a diesel. I like trucks. I like powerful trucks. I'm just a simple boy. Simple boy who loves power. And I want to drive a big truck. I got a good deal on it, and I also love learning about diesel and all of the advantages, even though they're not going to apply to me. I just think it's super interesting, and I love the idea of having a vehicle that has almost 1,000 pound-feet of torque. I think that's amazing. You're a diesel tech? What do you think about GMC diesels? It's okay if you don't like them. You can tell me. You can be honest. It's not a $100,000 truck. You guys are ridiculous. No. Uh-uh. I was considering a TRX, and the reason that I didn't buy a TRX is because it was a $110,000 vehicle. That's just that's an asset that depreciates at a ridiculous rate. A diesel truck does not depreciate nearly as fast. USPS in Kansas is the slowest at processing mail. They are pretty slow. Okay, well, I did not pay $100,000. I didn't. We don't need to go into the specifics of that, but no, I got a good deal, and I bought it because I wanted a diesel truck. Duramax is okay. There's a reason big bore diesels are inline 6-cylinder. You mean like the Ram? My neighbor has a Ram, and he loves his inline 6. Cummins, here's the thing. From all the research I've done over the last 7 to 8 months, Ford, GM, and Ram all make incredible diesel motors. The issue is with the electronics, and I feel like anybody who's a tech will probably tell you the same. The electronics in newer vehicles just suck. Like there's just problems. Ford probably makes the most impressive diesel motor right now. But the reason I went with the GM is because I love the front end. I don't like Ford's front end. I respect the product that they make. I mean, Ford, like, incredible legacy. And it's okay, but I think Ram and GM look better. They all make great diesels. The Power Stroke is terrible. That's not what I would disagree with you completely. I've obsessed over this. I'm not a professional, right? So I'm just like somebody who's just watched a bunch of videos, right? So I could be totally wrong. I'm not going to try and compete with somebody who's a diesel tech because you're going to know more than me. But everything that I've come to read and come to understand says that Ford makes an incredible diesel motor. Speaking facts on these trucks, I hope you're referring to me, maybe not. I'm not trying to be a pro. I'm not like, oh, I own a diesel now, so I'm a pro. No, I'm learning. But I've come to understand it's the electronics that are the issues, and obviously the DEF system that creates tons of little hangups. Electronics suck. Are we giving away diesel? Oh, all right, fair enough. I know. It's amazing the population climbed to 1,000 with me sitting here yakking on about diesel motors. They're so interesting. Hey, if you're a truck guy, like, diesel motors are so interesting. I love learning, and I know nothing. 7 months of research, I've probably learned 5% of what there is to understand about diesel motors. I think they're so cool. But it's a learning process. There's a lot to take in. A Ram 1500 with aftermarket supercharger, exhaust, and intake. 4.6 liter V6. I did want the Hemi. I didn't want the Hemi problem. So I drove a Hemi for 50,000 miles and had absolutely zero issues. But then again, I don't think many half-ton pickups have issues in 50,000 miles unless you're really working them super hard. Why did I want a diesel? Just fascinated by the motor. The way that it operates and the power that it puts out is just really interesting to me. I also really like how it sounds. There's something interesting, there's something really appealing about how a diesel motor sounds when you're driving it and when it's idling. It sounds very intimidating without being loud. What's a red lobster? So that's the Winsome by Wee Knives. It's a cool knife, but as most Wee Knives released nowadays, incredibly overpriced. It's just really expensive. Super nice knife, way too expensive. I do like the torque. It's really surprising. I mean, because the truck is enormous. It makes my half-ton feel like a toy. It feels way more solid, but it's amazing how quickly it accelerates for being so big. Green knife above, and so that's the Winter Blanco Severn. with the stealth lock, which is different than their J-lock on the... What is that new one? I forget which model has the J-lock. One of the new ones that's non-magnetic. Next to that, that's the Akita by Vosteed with the Vanker lock. Super strong locking system. Grab the hinder and show it. Knife Center exclusive XM24 Harpoon Spanto with a factory titanium scale. Super smooth. Crazy smooth. Show the Strider. Strider SMF Performance in CPM 154. Perfect action. Perfect centering. No lock stick. God mode Strider. You'd think that he'd have that figured out for all. I got super lucky with this one. It's seriously, look at the centering on this. This is a Strider. It's a Strider. It's a Strider. It's perfectly centered. No lock stick. Nothing. Oh, there was a little bit there. Sometimes it goes back and forth. Maybe 95% no stick. Great. What's the silver knife next to the Severn? That's the Smilodon. Alpha Smilodon. PMP Alpha Smilodon. Have I shown the Reich? No. Reich Alien 4. Wild. Wild knife. Detachable blade for some reason. The knife to the left of that is the Kaiser Momo, the mini Momo in Timascus, carbon fiber, and M390. What am I wearing tonight? Adidas athletic pants and a Carhartt t-shirt. Because I'm classy. Nike hat. Just classy like that. And the Tudor Black Bay burgundy bezel. Because I'm classy. Thor 6, the last... So I gave one of those away. The other Thor 6 got sold. So if you want an example of how I price my knives on the giveaways, so that is a $465 knife. That got sold brand new to a patron for $240. That's a great example of how I price stuff on Patreon giveaways. So if you want to be a part of that, click that link at the top of chat. It's a knife left of the Momo. So that is a very rare Vero isotope with Timascus inlays. Integral. At the time, there were only 9 of these made. I don't know if he did Timascus inlays again, but it's a very rare knife. Have you checked out the Microtech Atreus yet? I've been really tempted. I don't know if eKnives would be willing to send me one of those, but if they are, then I will check it out for you guys. I won't be able to use it, though. I'll only be able to review it as like a showpiece. I guarantee they don't want me putting that in my pocket. What knife is to the left of the Severn with the blue clip? So that's an interesting one. This is an Artisan Cutlery and Todd Begg War Junkie Citadel that's based on the Citadel Custom. Probably the most ambitious project ever by Artisan Cutlery, and kind of a forgotten, ridiculous thing. These were $400. The inlay work on mine was not very good, and I was really upset about it, but people always tell me that I got a goofy one. My blade inlay, because there's carbon fiber laid into the blade, my inlay on one side was a little wonky, and everybody told me I just got a goof up and that theirs was perfect. But it is a really cool knife. This is definitely one of those like forgotten favorite knives that like people don't even know about. It's so crazy. Yeah, it's a big one. You ever seen the actual War Junkie? If you've never seen the Todd Bag War Junkie, Google that. If you're on the toilet, good, you're in the right place. If you're not on the toilet, don't look it up, because you'll crap your pants. Have I seen the Darkfire? Oh yeah. That's coming to me. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm going to get that thing. I've already talked to Brian. The best high-end integral. Well, my favorite integral... my favorite high-end integral is a little bit inaccessible to the vast majority. But this is a Dalibor Bergam handmade Daltanium integral. This is called the Unnamed. And it was a custom that I had made by Dalibor. And it's entirely his own zirconium-infused sole authorship titanium Damascus. He also makes the San Mai. That's a prize piece for sure. A big boy. So I would say if you're looking for an ultra high-end integral, probably Dalibor. God, it's already 1:11. Hang on, I heard my wife come home. I'm gonna see if she needs anything. One sec. We're gonna start clearing that table, and we're gonna get the giveaway knives out. So hang tight. Oh, I don't have the iPad, do I? Okay, sorry. One sec. I gotta get the iPad. One sec. Oh, it's right here. Never mind. It's right here. Literally right outside the door. Perfect. Okay. One more thing I want to talk about before we do the giveaway. So, we gotta talk about the new Ultimate Alpha Beast. For reference, this is the Midgard's Messer carbine rifle knife. This is a thick knife. Just a little over a 1/4 inch blade stock. This knife is it's very similar. It doesn't have the same blade height. It's very similar in dimensions to the Medford Praetorian tie, which is arguably the most famous overbuilt knife for being ridiculously overbuilt. People always say, Medford Praetorian tie is so big. This is about the same thickness, okay? Of those crazy thick knives, here's an example of something that's thicker. This is the Migron Geddon. Bigger and thicker at about 300 thousandths, a little bit more than that. Same with the Migron XL Arma. Doesn't look as thick, but it's beveled on the edges. It's actually the exact same thickness as the Geddon, but still thicker, right? Now, thicker yet is the PMP Alpha Beast at about 400 thousandths. That's pretty thick, right? The new PMP Ultimate Alpha Beast is 440 thousandths, and it's longer. Look at this thing. Good Lord. This is a prototype. I think it's the only one on YouTube. Tools for Gents and PMP sent that to me. This was my biggest, craziest knife. The Ultimate Alpha Beast is even bigger. Unreal. Unreal. Look at that fall shut action. Crazy. So fun. Okay, it's time to move these, and it's time to get the giveaway knives out, guys. Look at that population climb to 1,200. Wow, surprise. Okay, bear with me. We're gonna get this stuff. We're gonna get this ball rolling here. You could be the new recipient tonight of some really special, crazy thing. There are still two in those pouches. There are still two premium knives that nobody has drawn. When I say premium, I mean right around $200. And then there's a lot of really nice budget knives in there as well. Sorry. So cluttered. I need to clean my office out. Okay, I'm going to move that guy. Rosie. Got to go back. Get this guy back. And then obviously this guy needs to go back. This guy. This guy. I'm not farting. That's my foot. That's my foot. It's not my butt. Excaliburs can go off. That guy needs to go in the case. What else? You can go to the side. You can go to the side. If you've never seen this, prototype 1 of Excalibur. 9 1/4 inches, no contouring, and front flipper. If you ever wondered what the very first prototype of Excalibur looked like, there it is, right there. And then the final evolution of it, right here. And there you go. And yeah, eventually we do plan to do a big version. That guy. Definitely. Okay. If you have not entered yet, you got to do this. Especially if you're new. If you're first time in here and you're thinking, I'm here, I'm entered. You're here, that's step 1, but you have to do this. You got to click the link in the description. You have to leave your comment there because I'm pulling. The only way to win is to be drawn from the pool of entries in the link in the description. It's an unlisted video. That's where I keep all the comments. And then I use Comment Picker to pull from those comments. So you got to do this. Just punch out. Yeah, it is. This game tortured me as a kid. Why is he running a pink jumpsuit? Why? Why are you running a pink jumpsuit? It's just weird. Like, it's fine. Maybe it's his favorite color. I'm not judging. It's just like, as a kid, I was like, what the heck? Bum, 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 bum. Super catchy. Catchy tune. Do this. Do this now. I'm not going to try to sell you anything. Tonight's giveaway is free. But, huge knife sale campaign. Multiple giveaways going on in Patreon. If you want to join that, that's all separate. It's linked at the top of chat. If not, no worries. Tonight's giveaway is free. Okay, hold on. Just getting the link for Patreon. We're loading it up on the iPad. Give me a sec here. Dun 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 dee 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 dee. Such a catchy tune. Oh my gosh, my kids. My kids are the last one on this iPad. I know because they have 14 tabs open. Oh my god. There's even more tabs. This is crazy. Okay. Should only be one tab open. All right, we're ready. We're ready. About 1,256 people in here. We're ready. Here we go. The Comment Picker website. We're going to refresh it so everybody knows it's a fresh page. There we go. We're going to post that link or paste that link. Here it is right here. The link you entered under as well as the date. We're going to scroll down. Filter duplicate users is on. We're going to come down here and we're going to get YouTube comments. Probably 1,300 or so comments. Amount of unique comments, 1,425. A lot of people entering and leaving. That's too bad. You got to be here. Okay. I'll get the pouches out here in a second. The first winner tonight, there's 2 winners. So hang tight. First winner tonight. Smurgly, handsome gentleman with a yellow tie. My birthday was this Tuesday. Let's hope I have some birthday luck. Awesome. Happy birthday, Smurgly. Let's find this handsome fellow with a yellow tie. Bold move with the yellow tie. More gold. It's kind of a gold mustard tie. Everybody, I know you want to tell him congrats. Just give him a sec and let him talk here. You didn't miss it. I'll refresh it and get everybody else entered for the next one. Let's here he is. He says I'm here. Excellent. Smurgly is here, confirmed. So here's what we're gonna do. Let me get all the pouches out. There's 12 left, and you get to pick 2. Okay, so 1 through 12. You give me 2 numbers, 1 through 12. Oh, excuse me. Come on, Smurgly! 1 through 12. Here we go. Come on, tonight's your lucky night. Happy birthday. Oh, geez. Hey, in between this, we're also going to shout out Butt Great Blades. I forgot about that. That's going to work in your favor, Butt Great, because there's 1,300 people in here. I'm actually going to hold everybody hostage until you get subs. 11. Okay, you want number 11, but what else? You get 2 picks. You get 11. There's 11. One more. Happy birthday, jerk. Turtle Boy. What a backhanded compliment. One more, bud. One more. Come on, Smeagol, or what was his name? Did he say 5? I gotta hear him say it. Stop! Let him talk. Let him talk. Let him talk. Let him say it. Oh, no. Hold on. God dang it, you guys. Let him do it. 5. Okay, I'm sorry. My bad. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so here are the 2 that you picked. First up, we got another one. It's the CJRB Maximal, which is a very good knife. It's kind of like a bug out and Griptilian combination. So very good. AR RPM 9. And then the second one. Oh, look at this guy getting a premium. Oh, happy birthday. Kershaw Covalent in titanium and S35 VN. Lucky duck. One of the 2 premiums that was in there. Excellent. Good job. Okay. Please email me at metalcomplex87@gmail.com. metalcomplex87@gmail.com with your first and last name, your shipping information, and the exact 2 knives that you won. I'll email you back no later than Friday of next week. Congratulations. These both have the boxes, so you're good to go. Okay, now you guys are going to do me and Butt Great Blades a favor before we draw for the last name, because I forgot. So, real quick here, we're just going to do this real quick. You guys are going to help this guy out. You're going to make his night. He's a buddy, but we always try to promote channels, smaller channels that are trying to grow. So what I'm going to do here real quick before we draw the last winner is at the top of chat is a channel that is dedicated to knife content. And we're going to, the algorithm does not favor new channels, so we're going to help him grow. He's got 245 subs. I would like to get him to 500 subs before we move on. So if you guys could do me a favor, not just sub, but actually watch his content, okay? New content creators, all of us were new. There was a time where I was new. Nick Shabazz helped me out when I was new, and I'll be eternally grateful for that, and it's the whole reason that I do this. The newer content creators have it the hardest because people like me hog all of the YouTube space. So let's give this guy some love. Let's get him up there, okay? He's at 387 right now. What I want you guys to do, go right to the top of chat and click that button. I want him at 500. He's at 402. Let's keep it going. There's 1,359 people in here. Easily. It's 2 clicks. Link at the top of chat. Click subscribe. All you got to do. Come on now, get on in there and we'll do the last giveaway. This is a good idea. I should do this every single time. 449. He needs 50 more subs. Faster you click, the faster we'll do it. Think about this. Doesn't cost you any money. You're helping out a new content creator. You might be one of the guys that I was sub to that guy in the early days, and he's like the top dog now. You know, maybe in a couple years, he's like the top dog. You never know. Get in there and do it. Also, it looks like he makes great content. 514. You guys are awesome. Good job. We did it. 524. Okay, you guys did it. Good job. Congrats. Doubled his channel size. Good job. Very nice thing to do. Share the love. There's lots of great content creators. Your subscriber count is not necessarily indicative of the quality of the content you put out. Somebody who's got 100 subscribers could have quality that's 10 times better than mine. So, it's important. Subscribe to as many different channels as you can. Get as much information as you can. It's important. Okay. Christopher Wheeling, thanks for your membership there. Okay, it's time to draw the final winner of this evening. So I'm going to redo this so all the new entries get in here. So we're going to refresh the page. Okay. We're going to put the link in and we're going to get the comments again. Filters on. Now we're going to see all the new entries. If you joined late, don't worry, I'm going to get you included. Got butt grabbed to 550. Good job, guys. His link's still up there if you want to sub. Again, I mean, you guys could easily get him to 1,000, like right now. Just saying, like, they don't have to stop. You can still sub. It's okay if you joined late. We're getting all the new comments now. See, 1,498. I still got you guys. Don't worry. I got you all in there. Most of you. All right. The final winner of the evening. What time is it? Woo! I'm running a little late. We got to wrap this up quick. The final winner tonight is Ryan Tesler 9339. Well, not going to win, but here it goes. He's got the Avenged Sevenfold logo right there. He won. I love the comments. They're like, I'm not going to win, but whatever. He did win. Pray to the Lord of Knives that he's here. He says, I'm here. He's like, holy crap. I love that, man. I love that. I hope, it's like I always say, I imagine him doing cartwheels. 1 through 10, give me 2 numbers, Ryan. You sound like a winner to me. Hey, like the chat before you, or like the live stream before you leave if you would. I'd appreciate it. 500 likes with 1,400 people in here. I'd appreciate it if you'd like it. He is too here. He's got to do 6 and 9. Of course you do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 9. What do we got here? Trying to fill it out. This is the lighter one. We'll do this one first. Oh, the best deck. Cricket. That's a cool one. Fully button operated. Not sharp on this side, but sharp on this side, but a fun little knife, for sure. It's my understanding that the daughter, the head of Bestech, his daughter designed this knife, which is a really cool story. So, there you go. You have that one. This one is the heavier one. The Migron front flipper. This is the one that I labeled as one of the best entry-level front flippers. What is this called? Chat's going to have to help me out. 14C28N, Contour G10, steel liner lock, nice clip, right? Well, no, it's not an ambi. I hope you're not a lefty. But a nice entry-level front flipper. 2 great budget knives, for sure. Can't all be premium, but I'm happy that you won something. Please email me at metalcomplex87@gmail.com with your first and last name, your shipping information, and the exact 2 knives that you won, and I will email you back no later than Friday of next week. I've got some stuff to give away here from me to you guys. How about we do 5 memberships from me? And then let's do 5 more, because those are free. YouTube lets me give those out once a month. And then I'm also just going to pay for 10 more. Give me a sec here. I got to pay for it. And then there's 10 more. 20 memberships to random people in chat there. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for supporting my channel. I hope you're all enjoying the Metal Complex experience. I'm going to be here for a very, very long time. So, if you're only interested in my free knives, I completely understand that. I hope to see you next week. For everybody else who enjoys the content outside of the giveaways, I cannot tell you how much I appreciate you being a part of my channel. I truly love interacting with you guys each and every day. My wonderful patrons couldn't do this without you. Literally could not do it. It's amazing. Thank you for all the honesty, the retailers that send me knives, the letting me say whatever I want, even when I'm nasty. I gotta say this. I come down on Benchmade. You guys come down on Benchmade. Their prices are too high. They're a class act. They let me crap on their knives. They say, you say what you want, say what you think, and I appreciate that. Same with same with Bestech, Demco knives. The retailers I work with are awesome. Nobody ever tries to tell me what to say. I can't tell you how important that is. As a knife reviewer that's trying to be as honest as possible, that's really, really important. So it's nice to see integrity in a knife world where periodically we do not see that integrity. We've seen that, you know, there's been a little drama in the community here, and I like to see honesty. That's all. I'm going to leave it at that. You guys are great. Thank you for being an intelligent community. Thank you for being able to see what's real and what's not. You guys are awesome. Couldn't ask for a better community. Hope you guys have an excellent rest of your Friday evening and an excellent rest of your weekend. Bye.